at the intersection of climate justice, of economic justice, and of racial justice.
Is seeing young people step up as leaders. It's phenomenal to see young people who started 2 summers ago really take on mentoring and supporting other young people. It's also cool to see young people who are just getting started really take initiative and challenge themselves and take on things that I don't think I would feel comfortable doing as a young person. One of the Ride for Black Lives that we did this summer, our youth apprentice, Joseph Pires, did a poem, and it was powerful. It was moving, and I was super proud to see him stand up in a crowd of 800 people and really speak passionately about what needs to change.
The bicycle represents even more than just 2 wheels and a frame getting you from A to B. Yes, that's fantastic, but just this mentality of stewardship, of sustainability, of education, of recycling and repurposing. I see that as a trend, as something that especially the younger generations are taking more seriously and taking action.
Are kind of like, unless it's your like 2nd or 3rd year, you're kind of learning as you go. And I thought it's really great because it's like learn by experience, but also anyone you ask for help is like always going to help you, and they're never going to like be judgmental or anything. So it's very like everyone is helpful. And then also just with the other youth apprentices who don't know anything either, you can figure it out together, and it kind of is good for team building. And the whole like atmosphere or community is really great.
All I've known is working at BNB during the pandemic, and what I've realized is that the Bikes Not Bombs mission of using the bicycle as a vehicle for social change truly transcends borders. We have international programs, but we're keeping thousands of bikes out of the waste stream. We're having youth work on those bikes so they have jobs. We're employing youth to fix up these bikes and give them back to the community locally in Boston at a low cost. So yeah, not only are we sending bikes internationally, we're also giving them out to essential workers for free, and we're creating jobs for youth.
We get calls all the time from people who are homeless, who are unemployed, who are underemployed, and need a way to get around. We have programs where youth as well as adults can earn a bike, can learn bike mechanics, bike maintenance, build up a bike, earn a bike, it's theirs to keep. Not everybody can do those programs. I mean, not everybody has the time, the capacity, can't get here to do it, and some people just need a bike. And so we're really working on transforming Bike Match into a tool that's more broadly accessible to the community.
When COVID first started impacting the city, we were all, kind of trying to scramble on how to get to work. One of my coworkers at Boston Healthcare for the Homeless sent out an email to some of the case workers and case managers saying, if you guys are struggling to get to your shifts, we were working at COVID tents at the time and at the COVID hospital, you should submit an application for this, like such a cool program. I'm familiar with the work they do in the community, and I think they're really in line with their mission. I submitted an application for the Bike Match program, but once I signed up for the emails, now I've been kind of keeping up with the cool programs that the organization has. So.
I think organizations like Bikes Not Bomb, who really serves the community in which they live in, is very important. I don't think people realize the amount of access that is lacking to underserved communities, and the ways that organizations could come in and like chip in different ways. And Bikes Not Bomb is the transportation aspect of it.
Would definitely support kid involvement in the program, right? You're going to learn some great skills, you're going to learn a great community, and they're really going to nurture you. From a donor or collaborator perspective, I would encourage the growth and the support of this program because they really do need the donated bikes, the donated support and energy and the community to stand behind the great work they do. And it's only going to benefit our community, our kids. So I would fully endorse and support this company. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bikes Not Bombs was my dream organization from the start. The moment that I saw what its mission statement was and went on the website and read up on its values, I was hooked. And I think that's exactly what we need to do on social media and through our online presence. We just need to get our name out there and spread our values and our mission, because really, Bikes Not Bombs is such a great organization that it doesn't take much convincing.
Having the bike has really allowed me to just, okay, I'm stressed, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm just gonna go on a bike ride and just go by the water. So that's been really fun for me, getting to explore the different neighborhoods of Boston and the greater Boston area. It's also really helped me better understand segregation in Boston, especially just in terms of where are there nice bike paths. You can see such distinct divides where you have this like beautifully paved, color-coded, protected bike path, and then the next thing you know, you're like in the middle of traffic. So really just helping me kind of better understand and appreciate the structured nature of the city and Boston, and who gets access to these kinds of resources and who can really take advantage of such a fun, healthy, active way of life like biking.
I'm a white man, so I'm a really bad example of supporting communities that don't look like me. But I'm so grateful to be here to sort of do everything that I can to support Bikes Not Bombs and to be an ally. And I think that it's so important to dismantle this idea, this stigma that being a mechanic, that getting your hands dirty, that showing up to work and picking things up and fixing stuff, and like I said before, skills like problem solving and team building. There's no one who is better at that or worse at that, or anyone that should be excluded from having that experience or discouraged from having that experience.
It put me in spaces where I was talking with people about building the programs, about building opportunities, and it propelled me to where I'm going. And I say all that to say I wouldn't have been able to do it without Bikes Not Bombs, and I say it a lot, but I really mean it. But that's just a testament to that is the possibility of all of our programs that we have here and the mentorship that we have here, that we can really inspire young people, inspire our volunteers, inspire our staff to be their best and to bring their best with them every day. So,
empowerment is a really important value of ours. I think change is only sustainable when the people who are most affected are part of the solution.
Yes, well, it's not male-dominated here, right. That's for sure. So Sisters in Action is a program that's open to anyone who identifies as a girl or a woman. It's multi-generational. I am dying to take it with my 18-year-old daughter.
One of the youth who was in the school said, I want to go to Bikes Not Bombs and I want to become a mechanic, And it was really cool that that second grader was able to see themselves in that position. as a member of one of our programs, becoming employed through Bikes Not Bombs, changing the world one bicycle at a time, and then, eventually moving on to leadership positions, whether it's here at the organization or elsewhere.
Part of our strategy is to really provide people with those resources, whether it's a bicycle, whether it's training, right? There's some of those intangibles that often, we can overlook, but it's really critical. And with those resources and training, people are really able to do for themselves. It has a ripple effect in that families are impacted when one person starts biking, because then they're able to recruit other people to do that and spread the knowledge. So I think our mission has real relevance, whether it's the pandemic or whatever the crisis is. We really see that bicycles can play an impactful role in solving those problems.
Representation is so important. The majority of bicycle manufacturing and frames, they're made in Taiwan, they're made in China. But do you see, Asian Americans represented in cycling advertisements? Do you see Black and brown people represented in bike shops, in advertisements? Is marketing targeted toward them? No. But here at Bikes Not Bombs, when the youth see that there are people of color in positions of leadership, they can see themselves in that position as well. And I think that's really important to show that the bicycle does not discriminate, right? And Bikes Not Bombs creates opportunities where people of color can, work on the parts and make a difference in their communities.
I want to see more of our alumni on staff. I want to see more alumni on our board, and we're actively working to make that happen, particularly on the latter. We're recruiting people who maybe graduated 10 or even as recent as 5 years ago. Maybe they're beyond college or some vocational training.
I'm so excited about the work that is to come, because when I came in 2018, a lot of those conversations were just ideas. It was brainstorms, and to see over the 2 years him making it happen with the staff, it's inspirational, because then the idea becomes an action. So it's just been, representation is so important. I don't think any other leader who has not been through the programs, who isn't a person of color, could have accomplished what he's accomplishing right now.